Minecraft speedrunning nowadays has become so optimized and perfected that records are being set months and months apart from each other now, since getting the right seed is so astronomically rare at this point. At least, in theory, new records should be few and far between, but if there's one lesson I still have yet to learn after 3 years in this community, it's that no record is ever safe, no matter how unbeatable it may seem. After the spectacle of a run that was No Fear 724 in early December of 2023, I and many others thought this record would stand for over a year, as the previous record of 745 stood for 10 months. However, once again, I failed to learn my lesson from the past that I had been taught over and over again through the years. On January 3rd, 2024, I was reminded that no matter how fast, no matter how spectacular, no speedrun world record will ever be safe. This is Drip 701 in Minecraft 1.16 Random Seed Glitchless. This run begins like how you would expect, which is on a coastline. As usual, Drip performs map plus buried treasure to get his overworld items, but the way he does it may look bizarre. His screen essentially switches to the resolution of a mobile phone, with the pie chart practically taking up a third of the screen. This is to make it easier to pinpoint the exact chunk the buried treasure is in. Without it, it's possible to have some misleading information about the pie chart and end up digging down a chunk or two away from the treasure. This buried treasure in particular is extremely ideal. It contains 4 diamonds, 11 iron, 2 TNT, 5 gold, and 8 fish, with the flint from the single broken gravel being the cherry on top. Quite honestly, this might be just about the best chest you can ask for. Drip's TNT usage is quite intelligent here. At first glance, the 2 closest trees seem to be too far apart to explode both trees at once, but Drip places it at the perfect spot to get 14 logs. He also places it just high enough on this hill so as to exclusively blow up dirt and not any stone, as that could cause some inventory confusion. I don't know if he intended this, but it's a useful side effect. After crafting his essentials, Drip departs from the island about 50 seconds into the run. Shortly thereafter, he locates a magma ravine, and then my favorite part of the run takes place. I'm not going to commentate it. I'll just let you experience this beauty for yourself. He built a 2x1 portal in 7 seconds. 7 seconds! In a real run. This is probably the smoothest portal I've ever witnessed in a real run. But I'll stop glazing over this portal now, because the Nether is where this run really takes off. Following a 118 Nether entry, Drip whips around to find a treasure bastion staring him in the face. Despite having to bridge a bit to reach the bastion, this spawn is at a perfect Y level. Drip doesn't have to climb at all and can go right to taking care of the bastion. He has a slight hiccup with his entrance, but other than that, everything goes according to plan. Actually, Drip adds a neat little time save here by breaking this gold block like normal, but also digging down a few blocks to grab a gold block downstairs, instead of having to run all the way down to grab it. I was not aware that this block was directly below the other, so it was helpful to see in this run. Thanks to his superb execution of the route, his trading takes merely 44 seconds to complete. His trades are practically perfect, with 6 explosives, 2 stacks of pearls, fire res, and 11 obsidian. This is all great, but he's not out of the woods yet. At this point in 1.16 RSG, 20 obsidian is borderline required for a serious run. 20 obby is needed for 2 portals so that the Stronghold distance can become a non-factor. However, you'll pretty much never get 20 obby from piglins, so you need to high roll on bastion chests to get enough obsidian to continue the run. Fortunately, Drip's run does not take a tumble here, as there's 10 more obsidian in some chests downstairs. As he heads downstairs, he hesitates for a moment to check for a fortress using planar fog. There is indeed one in the distance, so the potential of this run skyrockets. While his second pearl does put him at the foot of the fortress leg, he quickly recovers and arrives at just 3.5 minutes, which is an incredible pace, even for top runners. Despite 4 stray blazes awaiting him, only one dropped a rod. Fortunately though, his luck takes a sharp turn as the next 4 all drop rods. This allows for a sub 430 blind travel, which is beyond simply world record pace. This pace is freakishly fast. Understandably, this is where chatters start pouring into his stream, with hundreds flocking here to witness history. However, this is far from the end. In the Overworld, Drip measures how far away the Stronghold is using a boat to align himself in just 26 seconds, which is stellar for a measuring split. His calculator tells him the Stronghold is merely 800 blocks away, so he just has to travel 100 blocks to his next portal location in the Nether. After collecting his final rod, he books it to the portal coordinates and constructs the second portal over a lava lake. Less than a minute after first leaving the Nether, Drip enters the Stronghold at just 5 minutes and 22 seconds. Using his pie chart once again, Drip locates the portal room shortly and enters the end at 5:44. This blind travel to enter end split is so well played, so perfectly executed that it left me in awe. 1 minute and 17 seconds after blind traveling, and Drip is already in the end with double travel? When I first saw this, I was left speechless. Now, I've seen a few people criticizing Drip for not pre-crafting his explosives prior to entering the end, and I wanted to shoot that down. The reason this is brought up is because the end island ended up being perfect for a zero cycle, seeing as he had the necessary explosives, end spawn, etc. Zero cycle would have surely given him a sub 7 finish and would have made the run even more legendary. This is somewhat unfair to Drip though. He had no idea what the end island was going to be, as many islands are unfit for zero cycle. He also was at a pace never before seen and under a level of nerves and stress that you or I may never experience in our entire lives. This pace also gave him around 30 seconds of leeway for the world record, which is a ton at this point. While it is very easy to see that pre-crafting for zero cycle was the ideal play in hindsight, I don't see this decision as a mistake, and rather an unfortunate byproduct of a safe and less mechanically demanding play. But let's stop with the blabbering, as the dragon is about to perch. This is a special moment for Drip, and I don't want to ruin it with my yapping. So without further ado, here is the conclusion of Drip's 701. Before I go, I wanted to mention a big talking point surrounding this record, which is the unverifiable mod. Drip used a mod that fixed a rare crash with the World Preview mod, which at the time of setting this record was not allowed and made the run unverifiable. However, this was the case simply because the moderators of Minecraft speedrunning hadn't gotten around to verifying it. But in a pleasant twist of fate, the team decided to allow the mod and subsequently verify Drip's record. I can't recall something like this ever happening before, but I am quite glad that it did. I also wanted to personally congratulate Drip, because even through my time of not being involved with the community, I've still been watching his runs and was hoping for him to gain success like this. Congrats Drip, you've earned it. Lastly, I wanted to apologize for how long it's been since I've uploaded. I was caring about analytics too much, and it distracted me from what I should have been focusing on, which was the wonder of these speedrunners and their accomplishments. I quit for a long time because of this, but I felt an itch to return for some time now. I have no promises with how frequently I'll upload, but I will try my best. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good one.